best friend watched all of my videos that I uploaded on YouTube, and then she messaged me and she told me what I was doing wrong. And you know, my best friend is just a professional makeup artist, and she's based in New Zealand, and she's so beautiful and she's so amazing. And then you know, she told me what I was doing wrong, what I was doing right, and what I still need to improve on.
You just press and then you just blend it like that.
Binivideo kita, Bes, ha?
Once na-blend mo na siya, so again, the value of color is very important. And I saw you mention that the 3 shades deeper yung color, no? Or 3 shades darker, as you said, in color than your skin tone, which is good, right? But because it's 3 shades darker, you have to tell them, you have to explain to them. That's why you have to be subtle. Much better to add than to remove. But in case masobrahan yung lagay mo, how do you dilute the product? Even with kahit hindi transparent powder, even the compact powder, there are products that are not really that useful. Marketing lang siya. Let's say like primer. If you have a good moisturizer, you don't need a primer. And if you have a good setting powder, like a compact powder, you don't need a primer.
Okay.
But of course, kung may extra pera ka, why not go for a primer, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero since ang viewers mo, you're starting with the masses eh, gusto mo yung majority. Dahil yun naman talaga ang meron sa Pilipinas. Very few ang magbibili ng more than, you know, thousands of pesos just for makeup, right?
So that's what I'm going to share with all of you guys, because earlier when we were talking through FaceTime, I learned so much and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that before. Oh yeah, it makes a lot of difference. So, you know, I had a lot of realizations and I had a lot of knowledge that I gained from my best friend. So that's what I'm going to share with all of you today, and I hope you guys will like this video. So let's start. I actually just found out, guys, that you don't need a primer if you invest in a good moisturizer and sunblock. You don't even need to mind if your BB cream or if your foundation has SPF on it, guys, because my best friend said that this is just a small amount of SPF. It will not really protect you from the harsh rays of the sun, of your computer screen, of the lighting in the room. There's so many factors in our environment that affects our skin. So we always need to put sunblock on if we want our skin to remain fresh and healthy, right? And you don't really need to buy very expensive moisturizer as well. You know, it depends on what works on your skin. You actually need to know, guys, what type of skin that you have. If you have oily skin or if you have normal, combination, or dry, because it makes a big difference when you're choosing your moisturizer and your foundation as well, okay? So I just want to share with all of you what I'm using personally. It's just Pond's. It's just a regular moisturizer and it's very cheap. I got this for $2 only. So, you know, there's a lot of product inside, and this is a dark spot correcting cream. It says it diminishes dark spots and evens out skin tone. It really depends, guys, of what you want to indulge in. If you have money to buy expensive moisturizers, go for it. But if you're on a budget, it's okay to buy on budget-friendly moisturizers as well. Just make sure that it works for you. Moving on to foundation. When choosing foundation, like what I said earlier, once again, you need to know the type of skin that you have, because it's important when you're choosing the type of foundation that you're going to buy. If you need a liquid foundation, if you need cream foundation, or if you need just the powder foundation. It's very important to have a foundation that fits well on your skin type and of course the color of your skin, okay? Don't buy a shade so darker or so wider because you will look like crazy. And a personal tip from me, I always test out my foundation first before I buy it, because sometimes it reacts on my face, on my skin. So what I do is I go to the beauty center or a drugstore, and if they have testers, I test it out first here on the side of my face, and then I walk around the mall first and see if it reacts to my face, because I had experiences before that I bought expensive foundation, like crazy expensive, but it broke my face out. Setting powders. You don't really need those translucent HD or whatever powder to set your face, because all you need is your good old pressed powder. So Our preference is to use the MAC Studio Fix, but actually I found an alternative for that for those who are on a budget, because for me it's close to what MAC Studio Fix press powder does. This Maybelline Fit Me. It's so good and it's very cheap. I think in US dollars it's $7.99, and sometimes in Walgreens or in their other drugstores they have like buy two get one free, so you know you can save up money and buy other stuff and then get this for free or whatever. It's very important, guys, take note of this, to set your foundation before you put on anything else on your face, because your setting powder that will hold all the colors that you will put on your face. So if you're not using cream for your contour, make sure after your foundation and concealer, set it with your powder. But if you're using a cream contour like this one, because there's two types of contours, right? There's a powder and a cream one like this, the LA Girl. Make sure to put the concealer cream first and then set it with your powder. Okay, but if you're using a powder contour, then set it first before you apply the powder, okay? And speaking of contour, guys, she said that for our skin, Asian skin, it's better to look for a brown contour powder with yellow undertone than the red undertone, because red undertone makes us look like crazy. So I figure this one from MAC, like a coffee brown shade, that's the perfect contour shade for me, for my skin tone, Asian skin tone. So if you're going to buy your contour powder, you can ask someone if they have an assistant there that you're looking for a contour powder with yellow undertone. Don't use a very shimmery contour powder, guys, because shimmer means transfer. It travels everywhere, so you know you don't want to look shocked. You don't want to look like a glitter factory. Make sure it's matte, and if it has shimmer, make sure it has a very tiny shimmer on it. So it's not advisable to use your bronzer as your contour powder. But if your bronzer is a little matte like this one, then I think it's fine. Just don't use the highlighting one on the middle, just swirl around on the side, and then you can use that as your contour powder. Let's move on to blushes. The best color of blush that you can use for all skin tones is a coral colored blush. Okay, so I'm gonna show you an example. Hold on. Okay, here. This is the Milani Luminoso, and I've actually watched YouTube gurus that they use this. They have I watch an Asian girl use this, I watch a white girl use this, I watch a beautiful African American girl use this as well, and it's amazing. Okay, someone actually rang the doorbell, and it's room service or housekeeping, and he just wanted to give me a cookie. Moving on, I was talking about blushes. Okay, so coral blushes are the best shade for all skin tones. After the blush, let's move on to our eyebrows, which is my weakness, and you all know this already. But yeah, so she said that we should always choose a darker shade of color for our brows. Never pick a brownish red shade for our eyebrows, no matter what color of hair you have, because it just looks crazy different and it looks weird. So yeah, make sure that you will use a shade of your brow color that is just, you know, a tiny bit lighter than your hair, like what I'm using on mine. It's actually grayish, but my hair is super black, so that's that. Let's move on to the lip stuff. She said that it's always good to moisturize our lips, but we all know that, right? But she actually liked the color of my lips earlier, and she asked what I was using, and I told her it's a liquid lipstick from this brand, and she said that be careful when using liquid lipsticks because it dries our lips, and it's true, you know. No matter what liquid lipstick you buy, it will chap eventually. So she said it's very important to put in a moisturizer or a lip balm before we apply our liquid lipstick. And actually that's what I do, because liquid lipsticks they actually tend to chap on my lips. So what I do is I actually apply this one, if I can find, okay, here. I actually put Carmex here. But you know, in the Philippines, if you're in the Philippines, then you can buy Nivea or chapstick or, you know, lipsticks. I don't know, that kind of balm. Then you can put it on your lips before you apply your liquid lipsticks to make sure that it will not chap like crazy on your lips, and it will not dry your lips as well. And of course, if you can find a lipstick with a lip balm with SPF protection, then do it, because our lips is also part of our skin, and it's very, very important to protect it also, right? Another tip, guys, is that do you really need lip liners? No, you don't really need lip liners. They said that it will make your lipstick last longer. Yes, it does. But if you don't have budget to buy a lip liner, the trick to making your lipstick last long is to put tissue on top of your lip, and then put powder on top of the tissue, and then remove it, and then apply lipstick again on top of that powder, and it will last like crazy. Let's move on to our lashes. I always wear false lashes because it makes me feel good. I don't know, but because I don't have thick and long lashes, so, and I'm not sure if I really know how to curl it correctly and put on mascara correctly, because whenever I do that, it just seems like just a little bit of difference from the normal. But she said that the secret to fake that you have lashes is that the application of the mascara. This is not even a mascara, this is a brow gel, but I didn't bring my mascara with me. But she said that we need to start from the base, so from under, and wiggle it up. Start from the middle, up, and then on the side, up, and then on the other side, up, and then do it on the other eye, and then build the product and apply it again the same way. So one tip that she actually told me that I think is very true is that we always need to put a little bit of product first, and it's okay to build the product up than to remove the product if you over apply it. So in everything that you apply, foundation, contour powder, concealer, eyeshadow, make sure to apply a little bit of product first, and then if it's lacking, then you can add, and then you can add until you get the desired look that you want, instead of putting so much and then just, you know, erasing it, because it will tend to look really messy. Okay guys, let's move on with the application, and let's start with the basics again. I want to tell you a very, very important tip from my friend Leslie. She said that when she was watching my video, she was actually like, ew, because, you know, I was holding my brush this way like a pen. Never do that, because the pressure is very important when you're applying makeup on your face. So make sure that you're holding the brush at the end of it so that the pressure will be soft. Actually, I tried it. I was holding my brush this way. The pressure is harder. Unlike when I was holding it this way, it's light as feather. So remember that, guys, when you're holding any of your makeup brushes, it doesn't matter if it's a powder brush, blush brush, contour brush, eye brushes, or whatever, always hold it on the end, the tip of it. Leslie used the term deposit and blend. So I asked her what deposit and blend means. So she said that every time she will apply makeup, she will deposit it first on her face before she blends it out. Because sometimes we tend to just, you know, like we have a foundation here in our hand and then take it with a brush and then blend it. No. So what you can do is you can take the product, put it in your face, deposit everything first before we blend it out. It doesn't matter if you want to use your brush or if you want to use your beauty blender. Next is contour. You can use a fluffy brush with a flat end like this, or a tapered brush like this. So, but for this one, I think this is the most common brush that you can buy anywhere, so I'm going to use this. She said that for contour, you have to use the side of your brush, and you have to take a little bit of product on your on your brush, and then deposit it first on your skin before you blend it out. And you have to do the same exact thing on your other side of the face, because symmetry is very important with makeup, guys. Because if you're doing a different thing on the left side and a different thing on the right side, your face will look uneven, like And when you're applying contour, continuity is very important. Make sure there's no breaks, guys. Like, you have a contour here and there's nothing here, and then just move on here. Don't do that. Make sure there's continuity. So apply here from your hairline to your temples, and then going down to the hollow of your cheeks, and then to the side of your ears, and then your jawline. So like that. Make sure there's no breaks. And also on the other side. And again, make sure to get a little bit of product, because you can build it up if you still need, if you still need a product on your face and you feel like you didn't put enough. That's actually the reason why we're using the side of the brush rather than the flat end, is because it tends to create sharp lines on your face. Then using the side, it makes it softer. And another tip for chubby cheeks or chubby face like me, and if you have a very wide forehead, what you can do is you can bring the contour down a little bit to make an illusion of having a good proportioned forehead, And if you want your face to look oval and not chubby like me, make sure to bring it up on your jawline like that. Okay, we're done with the contour and we're gonna move on to your blush on. For blush brush, it really depends on your preference. There's a lot of girls that I know who use this big fluffy brush for their blush ons, but I prefer to use this one. It's still fluffy, but it's not as big as the others. So what I do is I just take a little bit of the product, pat it, and then deposit, and then blend upwards. Do the same thing on the other side. Make sure, blend. And then we're moving on to one of my favorite parts of applying makeup, the nose contour. You can use the same contour powder that you used on your face for your nose contour. So I'm using a fluffy eye brush for my nose contour. But if you have budget, there's a lot of those flat brushes where you can line your nose. But she said that make sure if you're going to buy the flat brushes for your contour here on your face and your nose, that you've been doing it for a long time. For nose contour, we're going to use the same method, deposit and blend. So I'm going to take a little bit of product on my brush and then just deposit it here on my nose line, and then deposit product on the other side, and then I can just blend it out. Make sure that it will connect to your eyebrows, and this is the thing that I didn't know before, we should also connect it to our crease. She said that it will make your eyes look wider and more open, and it will look more natural. So blend it, connect it to your eyebrows and your crease. Now let's proceed to the last step. It's the highlighter. My camera is low battery and I'm still trying to talk here, so I'm going to do it as fast as I can. If I have my highlighter here. For the highlighter, she said it's okay to use your fingers. You don't really need to purchase a brush for that. So we're just gonna use our middle finger to apply our highlighter here. Just blend it out really well. And a little bit on the nose bridge. And for our tear duct, we're going to use our ring finger, get product, and then we're going to do the deposit and blend, I don't know what to call that, deposit and blend style. So deposit it on your tear duct, and then blend it out. Deposit the product, and then blend it out. So everything is already applied on your face. The last step, always set everything on your face. So use a buffer brush or a kabuki brush and get your trusted powder ever and just buff everything on your face. Do it lightly. I'm going to use my mirror because I really can't see on the viewfinder. It will make sure that the harsh lines on your face will be buffed out. So there you have it. Those are the tips that I got from my makeup artist and slash best friend, amazing person, Leslie. And I also added some of the personal tips that I have acquired throughout the years. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I need to get ready and my camera's running out of battery as well. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. God bless you. Bye.